Good morning. I am home. I am home. I have traveled far along this road and now I'm home. Shalom. Shalom. In the love of God, I am home. I am home. I am home. I have traveled far along this road and now I'm home. Shalom. Shalom. In the love of God, I am home.
Good morning and welcome to Unity. Ooh, shouldn't have worn so many crystals today. Spirituality with open hearts and open minds. We're so thrilled you're here with us in person, and those of us who are here on Zoom, welcome as well. Although our bodies are in two separate places, our hearts are one. And we are together in spirit always. And so welcome this Sunday in the midst of the season of Lent as we prepare for Easter. And I'm so thrilled you're all here. And I'm particularly excited because Michaela is back. David may be off at Unity Village, but Michaela is here with Teresa, the grandbaby, who I was just remembering I blessed as a little tiny infant. And she's taller than me now. Not fun how life happens that way. I love it. So I invite you now to join with me as we sing Come Light, Light of God. And it's just a reminder that the divine spark is in each and every one of us, and that we are blessed to behold that divine light in ourselves, in one another, and in the entire created world. It is all light made manifest. So as we sing this, we'll light the symbolic Christ candles, and you on Zoom can light your candles at home as well. The light of God.
Come light, light of God, give light to creation, enlighten our hearts and remain with your world. Come light, light of God, give light to creation, enlighten our hearts and remain with your world.
I now invite you to stand, and we've got a song that we're going to sing that will unite us all in spirit and unite us as a spiritual family this day.
The words came out a little different on here, so you can follow, but they'll be a little bit arranged a little differently. Awake. Awake. Awake, ready to create. Awake, awake, and love is leading the way. Awake, awake, an open line to grace. I am awake. Awake, awake, ready to create. Awake, awake, and love is leading the way. Awake, awake, an open line to grace. I am awake. I It's calling, it's calling, and fear is falling. It's calling, it's calling, and can you hear it calling? It's calling, it's calling. Hear the Spirit calling. I am awake. Oh, I am awake. Oh, I am awake. Awake. Well, I am awake.
Woo! We're awake, yes! So just give each other blessings as you turn around and welcome everybody, and then just sit down and we'll move forward with the service.
Morning, everyone. As you can tell, David's not here, and I'm filling in. So what the topic today is about Lent as a spiritual practice. And if you have not gotten one of these lovely Lent pamphlets that Unity Village, Unity Central put out, we still have some out in the lobby area. And they have some really good readings for each day. So today's reading is all about non-resistance. And you think about that and you go, non-resistance, okay. So just as the sea does not resist the friction of the wind on its surface, nor does the grass resist rain and storm and snowfall, I allow the circumstances and experiences of life to wash over me. Non-resistance. In this way, I free myself from the state of internal struggle and weakness that opposition and resistance cause. I practice acceptance and live life with no strings attached. Jesus said, "Do not resist an evildoer, so let the circumstances flow and stay focused on omnipresent love. The power to choose is always in each one of us. Let's practice using it wisely. Non-resistance is a process that occurs in our consciousness as we recognize, accept, and affirm that in God there is nothing to fear. The only presence and the only power that exists in the universe is absolute good, and it is always with us. Holding this awareness will make everything work together for our good." And the reading at the bottom from Matthew. "But I say to you, do not resist an evildoer, but if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other also." So the affirmation at the bottom says, I choose not to resist today. So good thing that's today, because yesterday it was raining so hard, and I really was resisting the whole thing because I wanted to do things outside, and that was not happening. So today I can not resist the fact that the sun's coming out, right? That's great. I'm thrilled. Having grown up in New Mexico, sunshine was a constant, and when I moved up here, more gray. Why is this thing fluctuating so much? I must be shaking. I'm not touching the button, I promise. Promise. Okay, so it's interesting that today's word dominion in the daily word, I thought dominion, that's an unusual word for a daily word, but I claim dominion and direct the course of my life. Yes, it is fluctuating, and I know it's not me. Okay, well, I'll keep talking. Let's see if I can make it through this. While I may not be able to control what happens in my life, I am always free to determine how I will respond. Through my divine faculty of dominion, I decide what to think, what to say, and how to act. If a thought of fear or powerlessness arises, I remember all the wisdom, understanding, and strength of God are within me. Whether I'm organizing my day or moving forward after making a life-altering decision, the principle of dominion is always mine to claim. Knowing this, I move through life with quiet confidence. I am secure in myself and in the knowledge I am a divine being. I claim dominion and feel my life expand into a field of limitless possibility and potential. And from Psalms, you have given them dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under their feet. Dominion. And so it is.
Oh, and so now we get to take that daily word and the Lenten reading and settle into prayer and meditation together and individually, each journeying within to that sacred place that abides at the core of our being, where we commune with the divine presence always, right in the midst of life, whatever is going on. And so settle now as we allow sanctuary to carry us from this outer sanctuary into the inner space, and then at the end it will bring us back together in sanctuary as Anamkara, as spiritual family.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you.
Oh, so just settle in now and take a moment of silence and stillness to allow Spirit to gift you with your own inner place of sanctuary. It may be indoors or outdoors, real or imagined. It matters not. It may be exactly what you expect. It may surprise you. Settle in now and let Spirit gift you with a place of blessing and peace and sanctuary. Feel and know the presence of the divine here. See it and hear it. Feel it and smell it. Know it is here. That you swim in a sea of divine light and presence, and that it is all sacred. It is all holy. And so bring yourself exactly as you are and your life exactly as it is into this place of presence and sanctuary. And allow Spirit to gift you now with a companion who comes to offer you a blessing. It may be someone real or imagined, maybe someone from other realms or someone who's companioned you in this world. Open to allow Spirit to gift you with this companion presence now. Look eye to eye, heart to heart, mind to mind, body to body, and feel how loved and accepted you are, exactly as you are right now. Feel this blessing and fill your physical form as you receive healing and energy to do that which you've been sent to do. Allow this presence to carry a gentle light into even the most shadowed places in your heart, bringing love and compassion and tender care for you in this moment. This presence brings a gentle presence of peace into even the most turbulent waters in your mind, calming them, bringing the light into the depths, and knowing that this is shifting your perceptions and understandings of what you are experiencing now and as you are now, so that you can feel peace. It passes all understanding. You don't have to figure things out. Just allow that peace and new possibilities to fill your mind as this one offers blessings. And now let this one who has been sent remind you of the beauty of your soul and the importance of the journey of life it chose and is now in the midst of. Let this one bless you right where you are on this journey. And as they bless you, notice the blessings all around you. Even if you are in shadowed times, notice the blessings. If you're in times of celebration, let the outer excitement quiet so you feel that inner presence of true joy that comes from Spirit. Thank this presence for coming and being with you this day. And radiate your blessings and your appreciation and your love right back to them. As they fade from view, you still feel the gifts that you've exchanged with one another. And now renewed, restored, and rededicated, you now are a channel to take the blessings you have received and to let them pour forth through you as you encounter the world and others on this journey of soul. Allow yourself to just let it flow in, through, and as you, out to some situation or an individual or to the world itself. You are a channel of blessings and communion now. And now, open to be a channel of the power of prayer. Bring into this moment all the prayers that are yours for yourself, others, and our shared world. And release them into the creative field of light and love and possibility, into the loving presence of Spirit and your family that surrounds you this day. Silently or aloud, however you are so guided, pour forth your prayers now, knowing that as you pray, we uplift them with you, and we will watch with you and celebrate as the response radiates down upon you and through you and all for whom you pray. Let us pray. Unity of organs. We unite these prayers with all of those entrusted to our High Watch prayer chaplains, written, spoken, or sent soul to soul. And we unite with all around the globe and in the realms beyond, who pray for peace and seek to embody that presence of peace this day. And now, prepare to link inner and outer sanctuaries once again, but as a blessing to go forth with you in the journey of your soul in this coming week, hear the gift of the prayer of Saint Teresa of Lisieux. May today there be peace within. May you trust your highest power that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, to dance. It is there for each and every one of you. Go forth blessed and blessing as we sing Sanctuary.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I am a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I am a living sanctuary for you.
I behold the divine spark in each of you, and in this place of blessing that we share, and in every moment of all of our soul journeys. Let there be light. Let it begin with you. And so, namaste. I bless you. I bless you. I bless you. And now, Ron, with a piece of special music that's one of his very own.
And this is a song that I originally wrote for Kelly and I's wedding.
Oh, wow.
And it was expressing my love to her and expressing my love to God. And it's about living every day in both ways, the physical love and the spiritual love through our spiritual practice. Love is what I choose. There's more to life of which I am learning, and that brought me to you. Whatever comes my way, my love is always burning. There is no way to lose. Willing only truth. Love is what I choose. Smaller than a mustard seed, larger than the universe. It's the waking up in me. It's the water and the thirst. Grace appears in many ways. Healing comes in many forms. Your arms are always holding me. On I go, another new day calling, and that brought me to you. When I feel you near, I'm not scared of falling. There is no way to lose. Willing only truth. Love is what I choose. Smaller than a mustard seed, larger than the universe. It's the waking up in me. It's the water and the thirst. Grace appears in many ways. Healing comes in many forms. Your arms are always holding me. There's more to life of which I am learning, and that brought me to you. There is no way to lose. Willing only true. Love is what I choose. Love is what I choose. Love is what I choose. Every day for you.
Oh, beautiful. Now, when's your anniversary? November 12th. But today we're going to give you a blessing. We're going to do, we love you, we bless you, we behold the Christ in you, for the two of you and for your marriage. As we got to hear your wedding song. You all ready? We love you, we bless you, we behold the Christ in you, in each of you and in your marriage. Blessings. Thank you for sharing your wedding song with us. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh. And I realized that this last Thursday was an anniversary of a sort, a wedding between a minister and a spiritual community. Thursday, the 2nd, was the 20th anniversary of when I came and first spoke and became minister here at Unity in Port Townsend. Hard to believe. And I thought it was perfect that I came I was asked to be your minister after the service on Christmas Eve. And then it's in the Lenten season that I arrived. I love that those high holy times were woven into the spiritual journey that brought us together. Because they're both those times where the veil gets thin and we get spiritual insight and guidance and possibilities emerge. And they happen all the time. Every moment is a high holy moment. But collectively, we kind of celebrate certain ones. It's like there are places that people have prayed together that holds the energy of all of those prayers. It's one of the things I love about traveling in Europe is these ancient cathedrals that I can go into and just feel the presence of others who've been there before. One of my favorite moments was I was walking the labyrinth at Chartres, and I saw someone do this, and I went, oh, I've got to try it. And I took off my shoes, and I walked it barefoot. And I could literally feel the energy beneath my feet, not only of the sacred pattern of the labyrinth and what it represented, but the feet that had walked there for centuries. That presence, that being here. And the holy seasons and holy places are just spots where it's sometimes a little easier for us to feel that and to see that and to know that, although every moment is equally sacred. Lent is the season we're in right now, and it's the portal to the Easter mysteries, just like we have the season before Christmas, where we open to receive the miracles that are going to be coming with Christmas. We do the Advent season, and then we get to the Easter season, and the 40 days before is called Lent. And it started this year on the 22nd of February. It always begins with Ash Wednesday. And I remember when I first was a kid and I would go with friends to church, I had friends that were Catholic, and you always got the ashes on your forehead on Ash Wednesday for sure. And they talked about how the ashes represented Christ's death. And it wasn't until I really studied it, not only from traditional theology, but particularly from the unity perspective. You know where those ashes actually come from? They come from the palms on Palm Sunday of Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. And Jerusalem means habitation of peace. And so the ashes are more like a reminder of the journey of your soul and the phoenix that will rise up again. Even through seeming death, the ashes remind us that we'll arise again. I just thought of a scene in a movie that's one of my favorite movies. You all know I love Harry Potter movies and the Harry Potter books. And there's a wonderful scene where the phoenix that Dumbledore has, this beautiful phoenix is starting to look really bedraggled. I mean, Harry goes in and he said, "Oh man, you look really rough. Can we all relate?" I've been a little bedraggled in my life before, and Harry's looking at him, and suddenly he bursts into flames and just falls as ashes to the bottom of the cage. And he's like, "Oh no," and Dumbledore comes in and he's like, "I promise I didn't do anything. He just went poof on his own." And Dumbledore said, "Oh, finally. He's been getting ready for that for a while, and he was looking really rough. I was wondering when he was going to let go so that he would burst into flame and turn to ashes." And Harry was like, "Well, okay, that's nice, but I really liked him." And then, of course, out of the ashes, a little head pops up, and it's a new little phoenix bird that's come out of the ashes to be born again. And so those ashes are meant not for us to remember death. Those ashes are to remind us of the cycle of life, and that life, we are ever being reborn. Not only at a soul level along the way of our soul journey, but just day to day. Every time we have a new possibility, that's like a whole new day. It's like we're that little bird that's popped up out of the ashes and seen new possibilities. So Lent is that season that's meant to help us prepare so that we can let go, like the phoenix bird did, burst into flame, drop into ashes, and then reemerge with Easter Sunday as new birth, new possibility, a new form. Not different from, but made from what's come before, that's now being uplifted so that it can serve and be present and connected with the divine even more than ever before. A caterpillar, when it crawls into a chrysalis, goes through a process. It has to release and surrender what it's been. And I've always loved how the caterpillar represents being embodied and grounded. It not only has 2 feet, it has dozens of little feet. So it's very, very grounded. In fact, its little tummy kind of rubs the ground as it goes along. But it goes up at right and perfect time. It goes up the tree, and then it builds a chrysalis out of its own beingness. And within that chrysalis, it changes and becomes a butterfly. That butterfly is not made of something new. It's what has been that's being transformed in process into its next form of expression. And so, that process is gooey and yucky, and I mean, they have to disintegrate before it reforms as a butterfly. And when I first heard that, I was like, wow, that is surrender. It's non-resistance. It's like allowing the process and accepting that there are times in our lives that process is sticky and complicated, and it feels like you're in the dark. You don't know how you're ever going to emerge. But it's process, and you will emerge. Just like the phoenix, you'll emerge again. And so going through that process is part of what Lent is about. Growing up in Texas, Lent was very much a time of mea culpa, I'm guilty, because of what I've done, they crucified Jesus. Because I did something terrible last week, that's why Jesus got put on the cross 2,000 years ago, which I always thought was kind of a weird warping of the time-space continuum in a really negative way. And it was, you were supposed to give things up at Lent because you were a sinner. And so you needed to give things up so you could be forgiven. It was an act of penance and sacrifice. And you were supposed to give up something you really liked. And I've told you all the story of my best friend who was a Catholic, and she said, "Can I give up broccoli?" And her mother said, "No, you may not give up broccoli for Lent." She said, "Do you like broccoli?" "No." "Well, then you can't give up broccoli." Most kids give up candy, which I think is fascinating, because guess what everybody gets from the Easter Bunny on Easter morning? The candy shows up. You can have candy again. And in Unity, I learned that Lent has a very different meaning. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to choose consciously what it's time to let go of, to release, so that we create a space for something new. It's being willing to let go of the goo and trying to control the process, and just allowing our souls to spiritually evolve in the presence of the divine and of love, and in the midst of one another as love embodied. I don't think any of us could do this alone. This is a pretty tricky world. It's an amazing world. And when one of us can't see the light in a moment, we can be there and do that for one another. This season is also about remembering that you're not journeying alone. You're part of a collective time where not only in this realm, but in the spiritual realms, all of the presences are working together, and it happens in spring where there's new birth everywhere you look. We noticed that the tree out in front of our bedroom is starting to have the blossoms show up. The little buds are there. They haven't opened up yet, but it's spring. They're in the process of opening up into a new expression of life. And so we're all called to do that as well. Charles Fillmore said one of the most valuable ways of observing the Lenten season is to fast from, to let go of, let loose of, the belief that humankinds or nations can stand in the way of God's goodwill for humanity. Now is the time to affirm the power of the Christ Spirit indwelling in all, everywhere, and influencing their thoughts, words, actions to work for the good of the whole. It's a collective time of new birth as well as an individual one. And I don't know about you all, but I think it's a time where if we could do that for one another, that is how we shift into a new world of deeper peace, deeper compassion, and deeper love for one another, no matter how similar or how different we are. Each one of us can be honored for the phoenix, for the butterfly that we are. The word that was used for the daily word for the reading today from the Lenten guide was non-resistance, not resisting. And I found myself remembering back when I first went to Al-Anon many years ago. And one of the first things they said is, we want to help you accept life on life's terms. And I was like, yeah, but I don't like this. Accept life on life's terms. No, but I don't want it to be like this forever. And I had a great Al-Anon sponsor who introduced me to Unity, who said, it's about being where you are so that you can then choose where do you go next in your process. If you're resisting where you are, you're not accepting the lessons, the blessings, the gifts that are yours right exactly where you are. And I was like, okay, let me try and wrap my head around this. And I thought about, in my relationship with the alcoholic, I tried logical discussions. Where did that get me? Okay. Accept life on life's terms. Okay, well, I'll take that one off the list. It's not going to work to talk. I tried tears. I wept buckets. Nope. I got mad. I got angry. Did that do it? Nope. I bargained. Well, God, if you'll do this, if you'll stop the drinking, I'll do da 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 da. I tried everything. I tried ignoring it. I tried confronting it. And it wasn't until I really got what she was saying, to accept life on life's terms, that I could be present in that process. And whether I was a full phoenix, a little bird, or a pile of dust in the process, if I could just be present there and notice the little blessings around, it changed my life. Non-resistance is simply saying, okay, this is where I am, what am I going to do with it? Because one of the gifts from Unity is part of this Lenten process that we use all the time, which is when we talk about doing affirmations and denials. Denials are not saying that something doesn't exist. When I first got to Unity, I thought that's what it was doing. And I thought, how do you deny something when it's right there? And I'd studied the Course in Miracles. All of this is illusion. None of this is real. And I'm going, but if that's what I'm supposed to solely be focused on, why am I here in this body? There's got to be something about being in this realm of physicality and density and form and challenges and blessings that is here to evolve my soul, that I'm here for a divine reason, as we say in our Unity principles, here for a divine reason. And it was accepting where I was and then denying the power of something over me. There was a wonderful movie that was called Labyrinth that came out many years ago, and it was the special puppet things that I'm trying to remember the name of the guy that did it. David Bowie was in it. He was the elfin king, and a child is kidnapped from an older sister who didn't want to have to take care of him. Wasn't happy, was not accepting life on life's terms. Her parents go out to dinner and leave her with the baby, and she's in high school. She didn't expect a new baby brother. And so while she's doing her thing, the Goblin King comes and steals her brother. And so she has to go to this other realm. And she makes allies. It's a classic hero's journey, heroine's journey, where you go and you make allies and you have challenges, and then you think you're through it, and then an even bigger challenge comes up, and you move through that, and you have the dark night of the soul, and then your allies help you, and you begin to come up around the other horizon. And the turning point in the movie is when she looks at David Bowie, the Goblin King, and she says, "You have no power over me." She's not saying he isn't there. She's not saying he didn't take her brother. She's saying, this may be what I'm facing, but you have no power over me. And in that instant, everything begins to shatter, and he fades, and she's back home with her brother. That's what denials are about. It's recognizing that no matter what it is that's challenging us, we can pray for divine presence and guidance, and we can turn to one another for support to move through it. and to recognize that the ultimate power is the presence of the divine. And that's where, no matter how dark it is, you find the blessings. As a hospital nurse and chaplain, there were times I cannot begin to describe the darkness that I encountered and was in the midst of. And the thing that without exception I can promise you is the light is there. It's in the tender touch of a nurse who comes in and helps. It's in the arms of the family as they hold one another. It's in this little chapel in the hospital that people go into to process and to weep and to celebrate with joy, where you can commune with other souls at a level of depth that you don't unless you're in that kind of deep experience. And so those blessings are all around. And so when you deny something's power over you, you're realizing you truly are an eternal spiritual being having an earthly experience for a divine reason. And in that space, you can then affirm, what is it you choose to fill that space with? The Lenten season is about letting go of things that no longer serve you so that you create the space to allow the new life to blossom forth for that which you want to have happen in your life now. And you're co-creating it with the divine each and every step of the way. Angeles Arian, who's a wonderful writer, in her book Living in Gratitude, that we did a series around about 4 years ago, says within each spiritual practice, the world's spiritual traditions include exercises to cultivate kindness, love, joy, peace, vision, wisdom, and generosity. Lent is a time of spiritual practice to help you individually and us collectively cultivate kindness, love, joy, peace, vision, wisdom, and generosity. All of those are the spiritual truths that allow us to transform and to take whatever we're going through all the way through the process that it takes to come out with new life, which is what Easter Sunday symbolizes. We become the phoenix in full plumage again. We become the tree that's birthed forth in blossom and in fruit. We become the butterfly. And it's our own process. If you try and force a chrysalis open for a butterfly to, quote, help it, it will not survive. It's going through the process of bursting forth out of the chrysalis, working its way out, that it develops the strength that as it comes out and lets the wind dry its wings, once its wings are dry, it then has the strength to fly. We all need to accept that whole process. Jesus had 3 days before he comes out of the tomb, and when he does he go right back to all the disciples? No. He goes into the garden, Mother Earth, nature, and meets his deeply beloved Magdalene. So for you, recognize that this is a season to prepare you for stepping into what is aligned with the natural world as spring brings forth new life all around us. It aligns with the message of the Christian tradition as well as many of the earth traditions, that this is a time of new birth, a time to celebrate. So those ashes of Ash Wednesday were gifted to remind you that this is a process you are blessed to be part of. And I can't wait to see what Easter and spring and this coming year brings for each and every one of us. Let us pray. Oh, sweet, sweet Spirit, divine presence, in you we live and move and have our being. I love the prayer of Saint Teresa. Begin with peace within. I love trust your highest power that you're exactly where you're meant to be, non-resistance. And out of that, faith and possibilities, gifts and love, a knowingness that you are a child of God. So in this moment, let that presence and the process of Lent and Easter and life settle into your bones, embody it, and let it bring forth a new song to sing and dance to this spring for you. We celebrate the song of your soul, and we celebrate the symphony that will come as we unite our voices and our instruments to be the presence of peace. And so it is. Om, amen, and blessed be. And so now it blesses me. Is this one we should sit or stand for? Your choice. Let's stand.
So this song was one of the special music songs that I'd written before, but what I'm trying to do is incorporate some of these into something that we can all sing. So I kind of reinvent it. So we'll see how all this goes. Oh, yes. The other thing is, just this morning I decided, wherever it says, oh, it blesses me, change that, all those O's to yes. That was a last minute change. I hit a bump in the road. It interrupted my flow. It tossed me all around. It taught me how to slow down. I hit a bump in the road. It interrupted my flow. It tossed me all around. It taught me how to slow down. Yes, it blesses me. Yes, it blesses me. Whatever comes, I believe. Oh, yes, it blesses me. Oh, yes, it blesses me. Yes, it blesses me. When we want only love, then love is all we will see. When we live in that love, then love is what we will be. When we want only love, then love is what we will see. And when we live in that love, then love is what we will be. Yes, it blesses me. Yes, it blesses me. Whatever comes, believe. Yes, it blesses me. Again. Oh, yes, it blesses me. Yes, it blesses me. Whatever comes, I believe. Yes, it blesses me. Oh, yes, it blesses me. Yes, it blesses me.
Yes! Woo, you are blessed. Please be seated.
So now we come to the time in our service where we collect the offering. But before we do that, I would like to read you just a quick note from Bayside Housing and Services. And most of you know that we are a tithing church, as in 10% of the offerings that we receive, we give back to the community as well as to Unity. And so Bayside Services, Bayside Housing out in Port Hadlock for the homeless, we give them twice a year because we all deeply care about the homeless. So this is the thank you note we got. Dear Rev Pam, Lane, and all our dear friends at Unity, sending a special thank you for all the great work, positive energy you give to our community. Here's to housing and dignity for all. Love, Heather. And Heather is the Director of Development at Bayside Housing. So you should be happy that we are helping our community. So at this time, I'd like you all to take your offering and repeat with me the saying that we say every week. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
You want me to do it? We are in deep and abiding thanks for these offerings, these gifts of prosperity and love, with the faith and the belief in unity that they represent. May each amount given be blessed. May each who has gifted unity be blessed as well. For truly, when we are in the flow of the divine, we all prosper. And in prospering, we can be filled and then go forth to pour the message and the love of unity into the world around us. And that comes as each and every one of us contributes to us being blessed, so we may then bless forward. For this we are deeply grateful. Amen, and blessed be. Thank you.
Okay, now it's time for announcements. And we have several very important announcements. First of all, I want to say welcome to our visitors. Hi, Kit. Thank you for coming. And any other visitors? I know we have Michaela visiting.
Does she have a visitor packet?
Well, we need to get her a visitor
Yes.
packet.
Yeah.
Yes. And, okay.
Ah,
Welcome. Welcome. We have special visitor packets in the lobby, so make sure you get one. One of the most important announcements is that next Sunday, the affirmative prayer class will be starting, and David and Pam are teaching that class. There's a sign-up sheet right out in the lobby. If you would like to expand your prayer life, or if you're interested in becoming a prayer chaplain, that starts next Sunday, and then it will be the next 3 Wednesdays after that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So please sign up if you are so moved. The second big announcement is the garage sale. Okay, everybody knows the big garage sale's coming up, and this is the week you can start bringing stuff. We already have some stuff that people have brought early, but please start bringing your stuff. And drop-offs are Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 and 2 o'clock when Beverly's here, and then also Sunday after service. And remember, that is March 17th and 18th, the same weekend as the big garage sale out at the fairgrounds. And last year when we did this, we had a lot of traffic going back and forth, and people stopped and bought our stuff, and we made $8,000 last year. So hopefully we can get something close to at least 5 this year, because last year we had kayaks and bicycles and big things. But if you have a big thing that you don't want anymore, you're ready to move it on so you can open space for something new in your life, now's the time to do it, okay?
Yep.
That's what Pam was talking about. Let's
Yep.
move those things, move them on to someone else, and then that blesses unity with them buying our stuff. So please do that. We are also looking for a person that would be willing to hang flyers around town about the garage sale, and there's a sign-up sheet out in the lobby to help with pricing things and making this room look beautiful with all the stuff on the tables, and also taking things away at the end. Whatever's left over, we donate to Goodwill or Habitat or whatever it is. It depends. We have little piles to different people. So it will move. It's not staying here, okay? Nothing in the back anymore, okay? It's got to go. All right. Everything else is on the website, so please make sure that you are looking for all the things we normally have: meditation, yoga. There are no classes at the moment except for the big new affirmative prayer class, so sign up for that. And then, of course, this is the first weekend in Sunday in March, so what does that mean? That means we talk about birthdays and anniversaries. So if anybody has a birthday or an anniversary in March, please raise your hand. Woo, there's one. Okay. And you on Zoom, if there's any of you, happy birthday, happy anniversary. But when we make our circle, we will be first singing to the birthday girl. How old are you going to be? Oh my gosh, sweet 16. This is a huge birthday. Wow. We definitely need to sing for that. Okay, so why don't we form our circle, and then after we sing the birthday girl, then we will do our peace song.
Yeah, I don't know how to play it, so I'm going to lead it a cappella.
All right, you get to stand in the middle. Yes, you do.
Here we go.
Happy
Happy birthday to you. What's her name? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear God. Happy birthday to you. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Go forth blessed and blessing, dear ones. Woo! Whoa, we grounded it in good today.
It's going and going.
It'll keep going for a while. Woo!